Many, many years ago, devoid of any social skills, sense of self, or motivation to partake in any social norms, I dove headfirst into MMOs, going to bed at 8 AM in the morning, showing up to school looking like a lukewarm corpse. I've done my time in World of Warcraft like everyone else, goddammit. But my lust for a sub-style BDSM relationship with an MMO was anything but monogamous. Prison Tale 1 and 2... hold on. Bad start. We'll try that again. The Elder Scrolls Online, Final Fantasy XIV, Terra, Blade and Soul, EVE Online, even Star Trek Online. The list goes on and on and on. With all this mileage, I gained an understanding, a revelation, if you will. At times, an aneurysm from pure, unbridled rage, fatigue, and even stupidity. No matter the game, no matter the style, no matter the situation, no matter the same style content with different names, one thing was certain. The player base. Oh god, it's the player base. Wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever you are, you have met these constants at one point or another. If you finish this video and can confidently declare you've never seen or met these players, I've some bad news for you, you cheeky dick waffle. You are one. To get the ball rolling, I present the Magician. Akin to a camouflaged fish, they wait patiently in content queues only to accept, and as they begin to load into the aforementioned content, they instantly AFK so they can stage a coup of a small country somewhere, leaving the rest of the party to patiently wait around, taking bets on whether or not the player has died at their keyboard, or were summoned to another dimension to fight sentient fire as a cat girl. Wherever they are, I hope they finish the dungeons someday. If you ever done content where skipping mobs or avoiding enemies is an option, you'll have met the Magnet, Rambo's blind, neglected brother. No matter the distance, beyond the situation, regardless if the enemy is in another dimension or not, even when this player is chilling at their guild house, the threat pull of these players is so strong, they're capable of aggroing the paint off the wall. Silence and guile is not an option with these players at your side. Knock knock! What's that? You spent weeks, days, years perfecting your class, role and character, grinding those levels at the cost of your soul, earning your place in endgame. Well, tough shit. Your experience means nothing to the swiper. Level 1 to endgame with the swipe of a card, working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and raising 43 children as a single parent not only means they had to swipe their card to skip the grind to save some time, which, let's be honest, is an actual issue for some people. But with these specific players, not only was their patience thin enough to spend cash for the boost, this particular bunch didn't even have the time to read the damn tooltips for their class. And when you end up in content with a swiper and you feel like an eternity has passed while wiping on the first encounter, these sweet summer children will sum up their impatience and illiteracy down to bad class design. But, every now and again, there is a saving grace. A mythical creature, a phoenix of their own distinction. The Dommy Mommy. A leader, a carer. These players don't demand respect. They have our respect. New to the game, they'll offer you the stars. Unorganized group, you'll stand in line and follow. You'll like it. Pent up frustration, their dungeon has it. Oh, wait, hold on, wrong dungeon. We've all been in a position where these players have rubbed lotion on the back of failure. God damn it, I'm still going with this. And packed a lunch for the least prepared. Though, sometimes preparation just isn't enough when the rocket is present. We've moved on from Dommy Mommy, so, please grow up. Among the most common of creatures on the list, the rocket lives a life through one motto. It's gotta go fast. These players wait for no one, and they're here for one thing and one thing only, to get in and out. The moment a group zones in and exchanges pleasantries, these particular players have already been one-shot by the first boss and are now swearing profusely and threatening to court your mother. They believe the group is to blame, ignoring the fact one or more players are still loading into the instance, and by some twisted irony, the rocket will rage quit, and are now left waiting for their queue penalty to end before queuing again. So a lot less gotta go fast, and a lot more gotta do something else. With that masterful segue, let's pop over to trade chat, shall we? To find the notorious and often overlooked curb merchant. These particular players are rather harmless, only ever clogging up our chat log. They spend 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, yelling and screaming in trade chat at full caps, trying to sell stacks and stacks of a common and easily collected material, usually from a starter zone, for extortionate prices. There's no real animosity for these players. They are going through a rough divorce from their guild, and everyone they ever felt a connection with has remained with the guild. Lonely and in pain, these players have no choice but to sell as many scraps as possible to pay for those gear repair bills. The curb merchant, in essence, doesn't really affect us in any real meaningful way. Unlike the hoarder, an organisational catastrophe, however, can affect us, continually asking groups to hold up, to pitch a tent and lay out sleeping bags while they fumble through their inventory to make space for their new drops after every single boss and mob, essentially performing mental gymnastic style Tetris moves to do everything they can to hold on to their family's disembodied remains that they hide away from the world, because only a complete psychopath can calmly hold on to so much shit. First apple you picked up in the game. Really? Christ on a bike. Sorry. I'm calm now. For myself and many others, anxiety can be a hell of its own. But some players hardcore commit to the pure, deprecating silence of social anxiety. By being deaf, mute and blind, they'll casually stand and fire like it's a home away from home. They'll ignore all pleas from the group to reposition or to even use common sense. And when they inevitably die to said fire, just like a bank after declining your mortgage application, despite you currently paying 6 times more rent than the mortgage would cost, they won't even acknowledge it happened by being completely silent, ignoring the situation and repeating the process unto the inevitable heat depth of the universe. You know PvP Andy, right? We all do. Andy eats, sleeps, sweats and bleeds PvP. He does all the PvP content and PvP content only. PvP keeps Andy's nipples loaded to the brim, and if Andy misses a single day of PvP, they will experience withdrawal symptoms that include, but not limited to, starting brawls at the grocery store and bringing up political opinions in casual conversation. Did you know Andy has a brother though? Andy does indeed have a brother, and his name's PvP Dave. PvP Dave eats, sleeps, sweats, bleeds, and gargles duels, but not just any duel. Dave can only finish to the idea of unsolicited duel invites at main cities, towards low-level players. The more distracted the player, the better. Questing? Invite. Standing, performing inventory management? Invite. Just walking by? Invite. A single day without pestering brand new players with duel invites causes severe and detrimental effects on these players. They will instantly seek out the nearest toddler by smell alone and start challenging them to street basketball. Last, but not least, with a bit of a tone shift. Roleplay players. It may not be something I partake in, but it's one reason I and many others flock to MMOs. Here's looking at you, Limza Luminza. Weaving stories of their own, the only content these players need are their own imaginations. Slaying dragons? Check. Entire self-created backstory? Check. Entire guilds dedicated to the craft? Check. These players add that extra lively vibe to a game, filling in where NPCs can't, and they can really make any game come alive. And their dungeons are works of art. Wait, no, that's ERP. Same thing to be fair. I'll be back Thursday at 6, by the way. I'll bring my own ball gag this turn, guys. The world of MMOs is an environment of logical and rational thought, with a hierarchy of lunacy and chaos. And as much as many on this list can drive us insane or fracture our psyches, I wouldn't change a thing. The enjoyment I derive is from bathing in this chaos, as do many of us. It's what keeps us coming back over and over again, as every single one of these moments, every single one of these catastrophes, and every single one of these social interactions is what causes us to crave for more and more. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, why not like and subscribe? And while you're at it, why not comment below and, let me know about the weird and wonderful creatures that you've met when playing MMOs. And I shall return with more MMO ramblings at some point. Also, why not follow me over at twitch.tv/dyinglegacy, where you can see this stupidity live. On that weird and beautiful note, thanks for watching, guys. I've been Dying Legacy, and as always, stay awesome.